Welcome to the workout. Here we go. Okay, remember before you get started today, do something of a warm-up. So you can do some high knees. You don't have to run these, you can walk them. Do some butt kickers. You can do some toe taps just to get your legs and your hips ready to take on some weights today. All right, this is going to be the Zercher front squat. So this is a front squat variation. It's not a true Zercher because we're going to use dumbbells instead of a barbell. But instead of regular front squat where we hold the dumbbells to the front of our shoulders, we're going to turn them around and hold them in front of us, just like this. So we're going to maintain a dumbbell curl the whole time we do this front squat. So your feet are going to be relatively close together. You're going to squat down, and you want the weights to go straight down. You don't want to let this carry you over into a bend. All right, so you want to keep your body under the weight and go up and down with it. All right. So straight up and down. No bending at the waist with this. You're going straight down with the weight and straight back up. Got my feet about shoulder width apart. It's a comfortable squat for me. So I want to make sure that my knees are going out over my toes every time I go down. I don't want them going out, and I definitely don't want them going inside my feet. And I'm maintaining this curl right in front of me the whole time. So it gives me a little bit of an arm workout on leg day. All right, and that is your Zercher front squat. All right, we're gonna go into a split squat. So you're gonna split your legs front and back. Try to keep a wider stance instead of a narrow stance. This is very hard to balance. So you wanna try to still have a shoulder width stance, even when you're doing a split squat. And we're gonna split this 20 seconds down on the right leg and then switch 20 seconds on the left leg. So think about dropping your hips straight down in the middle of this squat. So I'm not leaning on my front leg. I'm not sitting back on my back leg. I'm going straight down the middle with this squat. I'm gonna switch at 20 seconds. Again, straight down the middle. My hips are dropping straight down. No leaning to the front, no sitting on the back. Split squat. Okay, Romanian deadlifts. Dumbbells again. Feet shoulder width apart. So slight bend in the knees. Dumbbells in front of you, straight down. You're gonna hinge at the hips and drop the weights. I'm actually aiming for my shoelaces. Front of my toes at the most. What I'm not doing is letting the dumbbells go out in front of my feet because that means I'm bending over with my back too much. So this is a hinge at the hips. So I feel it in the back of my hamstrings and up into my glutes. Give you a little side view here. Aiming straight for my shoelaces. And also I keep my back straight and I'm kind of picking a spot out in front of me, and that's what I'm looking at when I do this instead of looking down, because that kind of promotes too much neck and back flexion. So flat back, straight down. All right, sumo squat time. This is a single dumbbell or kettlebell maneuver. The key of a sumo squat is that you do just like a sumo wrestler. You've got a wide stance, okay? So I've got a super wide stance here. I've flared my feet out so my toes are pointing out at about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little under. Traditional sumo squat is gonna hold the weight down at the hands. You're gonna squat down. You can touch it to the floor and then come back up. Focus here is to keep your knees out over your feet when you get down in the squat, instead of letting your knees drift inside of your feet. This is gonna work your glutes, this is gonna work your adductors on the insides of your thighs. And you can start with a lighter weight, just like anything else. Start with a lighter weight until you get good with the movement. And then you can work up in weight from there. All right. Okay, moving into a pulse squat. So this is gonna be another feet shoulder width or closer together. And the purpose of this is so that the weights in your hands can go straight down and you don't feel like you have to use your shoulders to keep the weights outside your knees, right? So we're gonna go into a squat and we're gonna pulse 3 times at the bottom, right? Down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. The weights go straight down on this. And you're just going to a comfortable depth before you start those pulses, all right? And like with any squat, any movement, be sure your knees are tracking out over your toes and your feet. Okay, remember you're gonna go through all 5 of those exercises, 5 rounds. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds rest for each of the 5 exercises, 5 rounds. When you're done, remember to cool down, little walk on the treadmill, walk around the house, walk around the office, maybe a little bit of stretch, something just to keep you loose at the end of the day. Have fun.